After being created from the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Lord Brahma, the original created living being within the universe, created many other different types of living entities to reside in this universe. Therefore, from the beginning of creation, the living entities were born of a superior living entity. Ultimately, Krishna is the supreme living being, the father of all others. Aham bija pradapita. He is the seed-giving father of all living entities. Thus far, Hiranyakashipu has adored Lord Brahma as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is expected to become immortal by the benediction of Lord Brahma. Now, however, having come to understand that even Lord Brahma is not immortal because at the end of the millennium, Lord Brahma will also die, Hiranyakashipu is very carefully asking him for benediction that will be almost as good as immortality. His first proposal is that he not be killed by any of different forms of living entities created by Lord Brahma within this material world. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinam Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Prachayana Nirvishesha Srinivadi Pashkati Visita. O my Lord, the best of the givers of benedictions, if you will kindly grant me the benediction I desire, please let me not meet death from any of the living entities created by you. So here you can see a mentality of the demon. He will immediately, while posing himself, being a humble worshipper, he will immediately start to place conditions. This is what we read yesterday in when Prabhupada responded to a certain Bengali who approached him in front of the gate in Mayapur and said, Swamiji, I want to send my son to Gurukul. And then Prabhupada said, yes, why not? But Swamiji, I want to join too. Prabhupada immediately knew what that implies. So he said, yes, but first, for half a year, you just come and do service during the day, and then overnight you can sleep in your place, and you get prasadam. And the man said, yeah, but I live too far. Prabhupada said, where are you living? In Varahapukur. Prabhupada said, that's not so far. You can walk, or you can take a rickshaw. But I cannot take a rickshaw. I have no money. Prabhupada stopped and looked in his eyes and said, no conditions. Because that's what always happens. All the time in preaching you meet that. People join this movement and start to put up conditions. Change this like that. Do this like that. This is one of the biggest headaches in management. People kind of seem to be voluntarily offering support, but there's always a condition in it. Now, you listen what I say. Oh, and then they go. So this premature labeling people Vaishnavas is really a ghastly thing to do, because you lower down the whole thing to the level of this sentimental feedback you get from a conditioned soul. And this compromises the whole mission completely. It's completely destructive. Because you lower down more. Oh, they have to join. And then you lower down more. And they have to be happy. And you lower down more. This lowering down standards is all the time going on. That's how whole paramparas are destroyed, completely extinct. Because even the gurus start to please the disciples. No, please don't look. They'll say yeah, but I will not look, but you don't say like that. How many times I heard in the last 5 years alone a disciple saying, I like my guru, he's very nice, but he shouldn't mess up with my life. This is the statement I'm quoting. How many times I get to hear this? So this is exactly Hiranyakashipu mentality. I worship you, give me blessing. Because I have a plan, you see, and you have to fit into that plan. I remember once our previous GBC got so upset about this. He got furious in the lecture and he started to call Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, it's another story, somebody got finally a bullet in his head. But, but he said this famous sutra, don't ask what the nation will do you, ask what you can do for the nation. It's kind of a pathetic statement, But in Krishna consciousness, this is exactly what can be implied. Don't ask what can Krishna do for you, ask what you can do for Krishna. Therefore Prabhupada said, my only question to my spiritual master was, how can I serve you? That's all. There's nothing more to it. No agenda even. You see, I could serve like this, and I could serve like that. No, how can I serve you? Service means, how can I serve you? Prabhupada gives even an example. A spiritual master gives to a disciple instruction, bring me a glass of water. And the disciple goes, glass of water? My spiritual master is so great, I will bring him a glass of milk. And then the spiritual master, is brought milk, and he goes, what is this? Wow, your divine grace, here's milk. He said, stupid fool, I just want to wash my hands. Yeah. You see, it's like we don't understand the purpose of Krishna's purpose and spiritual master's purpose. Therefore, the flow of empowerment and inspiration is not so smooth. Because there's always the conditions coming up. No, I will serve like this. I will remember this story very, very vividly. That's what Prabhupada said, no conditions. In India it's a special challenge because people come, people are pious, people want to render service, but always bring, as with my friend Bhakti Vikas Maharaj in action in India, surrounded, sitting by a car surrounded by Indians who are going, Maharaj, Maharaj. And he just handed out, a CD or something, or DVD with his lectures. Buy it. Listen. Yeah, very nice, but I said, listen. And then, he couldn't even understand what he means. He just went saying, Ashirvad, blessing. Prabhupada demonstrated once in a train, the three gentlemen aggressively arranging for blessing, because one of them had a problem with a knee, and Prabhupada very clearly concluded, my blessing is Chanara Krishna. Regarding your knee, go to a doctor. They were very disappointed. They said, this is not a pure devotee, he doesn't bless knees. Because in India, there are tons of these knee blessers, and this blessing and that blessing. It's inflation of these guys. So this is absolutely misunderstood. So Hiranyakashipu always tried to, he said, okay, actually first he speaks to Brahma like he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is actually technically spoken a mistake. Obviously he's not. And then he finds out, he is not the ultimate controller. Okay, then how can I get my thing in another way through? I mean, believe me, in preaching and in management, sometimes becomes like a chase, People come, they do some service, and you appreciate, then they bring some motivation in this, and then you evade that, you ignore that, and they realize, I cannot get it through with this guy. Okay, then I try from another way, another way, and it becomes like a game, So they could put up a whole list of conditions now, what should not be projected into receiving Krishna consciousness. I could put up straight from the top of the head a whole catalog of this. We could make a sign here on the door. This is not an economic development station. This is not a dating station. This is not be happy and impress others, you distinct idiot station. This is not enter Rasa Leela and leave everybody behind station. This is, I can go endlessly with this. Well, please don't use so much the word pure devotee, because you will be shocked what pure devotees in ISKCON can do. When everybody stands there like an idiot with an open mouth, how could this happen? Well, obviously it can happen, and it can happen to everybody. Because our hearts we have our hidden treasures in our hearts. We have things stored there, we don't even know they exist. Little ticking bombs there. Tick-tack, 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 tick-tack. And when a certain environment arises, boom, it comes out. It's called material desire. It's a very dangerous items we have sitting there. We don't know when they come. Like Prabhupada gives an example, why sannyasi should never associate even with his wife and with his children. He said, because even he rationally, consciously, and sometimes out of deep frustration also, renounced these people because, there's sometimes not so much happiness coming from wife, children, and, they can be a very, very frustrating people to deal with. So, you renounce. But Prabhupada said still there is an inherent affection. It was there, or initially, okay? So when a different environment arises, and different circumstances are there, the affection can suddenly come up again. You know, yeah. So, I mean material affection. And then there's a spiritual affection, which a conditioned soul has a very hard time to distinguish. They always bring, Prabhupada called it, they always want the kingdom of God without God. Always. You know, always, why don't you love me? Why don't you give me? Why don't you feel for me? Why don't you understand? It's with empathetic listening. My God, who invented that? I call it always not empathetic, I call it M and then pathetic. Because it's just, tell me, how do you feel? Tell me, what do you think? And tell me, how can I please your desires? I know they will say, this is not the meaning of this. It is. You let a conditioned soul that free room to express its sentimentality. It will do it. It will just do it. And it will feel good about it. He is my friend. He confirms my material desires. He's a good friend. We can drink together, you know, we can watch TV together, we can go to a football game together. And he always goes, you are a good, big, strong, knowledgeable, powerful, beautiful boy. That means, otherwise he just tells me I'm God. That's my friend. Yes. And this guy, he doesn't never tells me I'm God. He's not nice. I don't like him. You know, he's not supportive. He's not empathetic to listening. Because he's not confirming my concept of myself. I mean, I'm a humble man. I'm a humble Vaishnava. I am so humble, nobody else is humble like this. I am so unique in my humility. Oh, Prabhu! Oh! You know. And when our material desires get frustrated, we finally turn our back even on Krishna. This was demonstrated many times. Okay, I served you so long. Okay, I prayed to you so long. And this is the result. I'm here, penniless, no fame. You know, what is this? You know what? Then you manage the universe yourself. Bye-bye. This is the ultimate verdict of the conditioned soul. I will do it my way. And Krishna goes, oh really? Then please. Krishna is so kind. He just goes, do you want to leave me? Not nice. Don't do that. But if you insist, I will help you. You know, what do you want? Krishna is really empathetic to listening. What do you want? Well, I want something big. Yeah, but you cannot handle anything big. You cannot even handle your suitcase. Then give me at least a big suitcase. Okay. Yeah, a big suitcase. Something big. You know, yeah. You can be a big manager of a big pig farm or something like this. And you go, the pigs will be loaded today on truck number 12. You know, and the pigs go, and then they load them up. And you think, I'm in control. Yes. It's a little bit smelly. Pigs really can stink. But you are God on your own, finally. So this is Krishna is the most pathetic situations you can end up with for just confirming our desire to lord over the material nature. Of course, Hiranyakashipu was genius. He was expert. He thought he will trick even Lord Brahma. And in one sense he did. Because never ever before somebody prayed to Lord Brahma like this. And never ever before somebody asked for a blessing in such a tricky way. Okay. We will find the whole catalogue of this. Is the upcoming shlokas. There's a whole catalogue of this. How he's going around the whole thing, you know. Let me not die during the day, during the night, and not from living entities on the water, and earth, and flying, and He's obviously very knowledgeable about any possibility and alternative to die. And Brahma knows, this man wants to cheat me, but he goes, yeah, this is in the range of my ability. And this poor guy was standing here until his body was eaten by ants. You know, that's called really austerity. And so I have to do something for him. Okay, so be it. But there was actually a third player in the whole thing. And that was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am the cheater of the cheaters. You want to cheat me? I can cheat you in such a way, you will not even notice where it came from. You will not even notice who cheated you. In one sense, we are all cheated in this world. It's a cheap world of cheaters and cheated. So when Krishna develops a trick, especially like the Mohini Murti trick that works always. The story in Bhagavatam, the demons having a meeting and finally discussing and being very powerful, endangering even demigods. Then Krishna appears as Mohini Murti. It's undefeatable. Even Lord Shiva couldn't resist. I mean, we have no idea. We have a concept of beauty here. But our concept of beauty is only just demigods will laugh about this. They go, what? They consider this beautiful? What is this? This demigod, Lord Indra has a special dancing team. And when he sends one of his dancers down usually to drag down some yogi, because he gets worried that this yogi gets so austere, he could assume the position of Indra. So he is just calling for somebody and saying, he's getting a little bit too heavy down there. Take care of him. And then they come. It's described even before the physical form arrived. The first thing which comes is the scent. They have such a scent that it's completely intoxicating. And then comes the sound, that's the next thing. Cling, clonk, cling, clonk, the ankle breath. Because one thing the yogis don't close down is the ears. They close down the eyes. Scent is also difficult to control. So they focus on the tip of the nose, they are very concentrated, but then comes the scent, and then comes the sound, cling, clonk, cling, clonk. Then they open slowly the eyes, and there is the form. Pretty Vedic concept of beauty, the form is pretty similar to today's concept. It's always the thin waist, it's always the big breast. There's actually a description of this in Bhagavatam. This damsel was so beautiful, and then comes the whole description. I remember once our previous GBC reading that, and then it was very silent in the temple. And then he stopped, and he looked at all the brahmacharis. He said, "Don't enjoy it too much." It's absolutely romantic, erotic, or whatever. It's just Bhagavatam, These damsels, they knock out anybody. If one of them would come now for the lecture, it would be finished here, Everybody will go, hey! That's exactly what happened to these demons when they ran after Mohini Murti. And she told them, how can you worship me like this? How can you admire me like this? I'm a lonely woman, unchaste, walking around, exposed. That's not Vedic. I'm a very, very loose woman. In other words, she said, I'm a prostitute. They said, no, madam, that cannot be. Please advise us. You can see that in the political world, it's really funny. Especially South American politicians. They have now, the South American, I think it's the president of, what was this, Bolivia or Colombia, I don't know. The president of the country is like a lady which popped out of some fashion magazine, It's just a modeling lady. I mean, what does she understand about politics? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But she is, and that's enough for South America. Wow, very politically qualified. The right waist, the right breasts, very, very politically qualified. It's unbelievable. In Italy, they have it even better. The right politician, the most popular politician, has to have right perfume. I don't know why. This Italian man, Milano, is just, he walk even like that. But they are not homosexual. They're just, Italian. Oh, this is a wonderful politician. Look how he speaks. And he has 15 girlfriends. Good man. One scandal after another. Great. That's Italian politics. So this is like, so this is the vision of the conditioned soul. Good scent, good form, good Sanskrit education, that has to be voted for. This is important. This is the criterion for that. So this is exactly what we try to avoid in Krishna consciousness. And if we get cheated, we should not complain. This is always our own problem. Because there is enough knowledge, there is enough information given, so we don't get cheated. So why are we always submitting ourselves to that? It's only our own inherent sentimentality. And also pride, because we find that, that we get tempted by anybody who confronts our desires. This attitude to go out there and look for sympathizers, it's immediately bringing you in a concept of cheating. You will get cheated, guaranteed. Because that's exactly what the cheaters do. A clever cheater, like Brahma, like Hiranyakashipu, he will find out a way how to get blessing from you. Something he will extract from you. How? Well, by impressing upon you the ideas which you like. He will be very careful not to disturb your concept. Like politicians, they visit the coal miners before the votes goes, and they have a coal miner hat, Then they go in the kindergarten and they kiss the babies. And then they go, this. And in this way, they sell some stuff. Therefore, Shanyakapandi puts them on the same level with prostitutes. What is a prostitute doing? Well, dressing in a way which you possibly can have had. That's it. She attracts you in this way. So this is the same attitude. So this is exactly what we struggle with in Krishna consciousness. Always people impressing upon us, just buy me.